This is Amud Yomi Gemara in Shabbos. Daf, Pei Bees, Amud Bees, and we pick it up on the bottom of Pei Bees, Amud Aleph, at the Mishnah, as we begin the ninth parak, Omar Rebbe Akiva. Says the Mishnah, Omar Rebbe Akiva, Menayin Levo Dizara Shemitame B'Masa Kinido. A Shaila starts off the parak, asks Rabbi Akiva, how do we know Avodah Zarah has Tomas Masa? That if you carry it, you become Tameh, just like a Nida, that someone who carries her becomes Tameh. Where do we know that from? Asks Rabbi Akiva. Shenemar, he quotes a pasuk, Tizram k'moidava tzeitamar loy. From there we learn out to Manida, mitama b'masa, Avodah Zarah, mitama b'masa. So we dive right into the Gemara, and the Gemara says, Tanana Hasam. We learned in the Mishnah, Misha Yabisa Yisamach Lavid Zara. Someone who has his own house, his house is a wall that is joining a building. The building is the Avodah Zarah. The building is worshipped as an Avodah Zarah. The Nafal, and this wall, the wall that was his house, and partially the Avodah Zarah, fell. Says the Braisa Asr of Naisai. So Ketzid Yaseh, what should he do? He can't rebuild it, because by rebuilding it, he would be benefiting the Avodah Zarah. So what should he do? Says the Braisa, says the Mishnah, on the last line of Hibizim and Aleph. He has to move the wall 4 amos into his own house and then build it. Now the wall is no longer the wall of the Avodah Zarah, but rather only the wall of his own house. Then he can build it. Continues the Mishnah on the top line of Beis Amid Beis. Let's say the area underneath the wall, the ground, was his own and Avodah Zarah's. We consider it as half and half, that he has to go again 4 amos inward and then build. Avana ve'isav afarav mitamim kisharts. Says the Gemara some more details about the wall. The wall, the stones, the wood, the mortar, all of them are tameh like a sharetz. That what? Not if you carry it, but only if you touch it. Shenemar shaketz tishak senu. Continues the Gebrais, the Mishnah. Rabbi Kiva Omer, no, that the wall, the stones, the mortar, the wood is mitame kenida. As we started off, this Tomas Masa. Shenemar tizrab kumainida. Manida mitame kemasa v'dazara mitama kemasa. So says the Gemara, we see that the din in our Mishnah, that there is Tomas Masa for Avodah Zarah like a Nida, is not conclusive. That is only Shitas Rebbe Akiva. However, the Tanakana disagrees. Continues the Gemara and quotes the Amarayim that explain further. Amar Rabba, Tizram Damar Kra. The word Tizram, Nachrinu Minach Kizar. We learn out from this word that you have to distance yourself, become a stranger from it, like a zar. Say Taimar Loi, go out, tell it. Hikanes al Yomar Lo, don't tell it, enter. We learn from this that one has to have no shaykhis to Avodah Zarah at all, and therefore that's the reason that one is even more machmir when it comes to the Tom Avodah Zarah, because we don't want any form of contact with the Avodah Zarah at all. V'amar Rabba, and Rabba continues, V'masa dekuli alma, loy p'digdi mitame. When it comes to masa, when it comes to carrying, then both shitais, Tanakama, Rabbi Akiva, they all agree that one is Tame who carries it. Because Lamaisa, Tanakama can't disagree that in the pasuk there's a hekesh between Avodah Zarah and the Nida. Ki pligi, what's the machlokes? Ve'even misama. Machlokes is that when Avodah Zarah is placed on a rock, what's the halacha then? Rav Akiva Savar Kini Dani Nidim Etama Kevin Masama, a special type of tama that in the case of a place rock there is tamei tama of Zar Matama Kevin Masam. Whereas this is the details. So the Gemara is explaining, and as much as in the Mishnah seemed like a very large machlekes, that seemed like there was a machlekes Tanakama and Rabbi Akiva in the global sense, whether there's Tomas Masa, Tavodah Zarah, only Toma Kesharetz of Maga, says the Gemara that is not the machlekes. The machlekes is merely what is the status that when we have an Avodah Zarah, will there be Tumas Masa when the Avodah Zarah is put upon a rock, put upon something else? What would be the halacha in that case? Rabbanan Savri Kisharetz. Masharetz loy mitam even masama. Avodah Zarah loy mitam even masama. Says the Gemara, but according to that, Rekiva, the Mayel is Kisharetz. Because this explains the hekesh between Avodah Zarah and Nida. What about the action of the Zara and Sharetz? Says the Gemara, Limisham Sheho. To all the auxiliary items, they only have Tuma through Maga, through touching it like a Sharetz. However, the Zara itself has Tumas Masa. And now we throw the ping pong ball back to the Rabbanan. Well, the Rabbanan Lamayi Hilchas Ahizkish Lenida. According to the Rabbanan, in what ways it compared to Anida? Says the Gemara, Limasa. With regard to carrying, that is going to be Thomas Masa like an Ida. So says the Gemara, but for that din, why do we have to equate it to Nida? Let's equate it to Nevela that has Thomas Masa. Why are we saying that with Avodah is like a Nida and then limit it like a Sheretz? Meaning, we have a direct comparison. We're creating a new form of Thomas seemingly. Now there's Thomas Masa, that if you carry this item, you're Tameh. But there's not Thomas Maga only. Says the Gemara, but I have a direct comparison to that called Nevela. Explains the Gemara, you're right. Einachanami, it would be better. Ella, the reason why we compare it to Nida is Manida, Ina, Le'ivarin, just like Nida does not apply to an Iver, a limb that was cut off. Avodah Zarah, Ina Le'ivarim. Says the Gemara, V'lhada by Rav Chama Bar Guria. Rav Chama Bar Guria wondered, Avodah Zarah, Yeshna Le'ivarim, or Ina Le'ivarim. Does the Tumah of Avodah Zarah apply to the Ivarim or not? Tiv Shalei, Mi'adol Rabbanan Ina Le'ivarim. Why do they learn from here that according to the Rabbanan, it does not apply to the Ivarim? Why does Rav Chama Bar Guria? Why does he read this as a raya? Says the Gemara, Rav Chama Bar Guria, leave Rav Akiva by. He's asking according to Rav Akiva, who holds that it's like the Nida, and therefore he doesn't learn it out from the Nevela. Rav Elazar Amar, Bevin Masam Tekli Amlabli Deloy Mitama. Says Rav Elazar, when it comes to Evan Misama, the type of Toma, when you put the item on top of it, that it becomes Tameh. Everyone agrees that there's no Toma. Keep ligi b'masa. Kiva savar kinida. Ma nidim tam masa v'zar mitam b'masa. Rabbanan savar kisharetz ashar so mitam b'masa v'zar lo mitam kishimas masa. So Shaila, where the heck ish goes? Says the Gemara, Rav Kiva l'mayach so is kish l'sharetz. So now we have to tie up all loose ends. According to Rav Kiva, what regard do we equate the Avodah Zarah to Sharetz? Again, the Misham Shel. Rabbanan l'mayach so is kish l'nida. Ma nidim l'varim Avodah Zarah. Eina le'evarim. Rabbi Akiva, as you turn over to topic Gimel Amid Aleph, asks the Gemara, L'maychsa iskish l'nida b'masa, Luksha le'nevela, says, Marina chanami ela manida in levarim avodah zarah, eina ela levarim. And as everyone realizes, the Gemara really is repeating its dinim, because we went in to Rav Chama Bar Guria, we said Rav Chama Bar Guria is going to Rabbi Akiva, but now according to Rav Elazar, he's just switching it around. He said there's no machlekes by Evan Misama. The machlekes is b'masa. And now we have to conclude all the other details. And the Gemara just ends off and says, Allahada by Rav Chama Guria, excuse me, Avodah Zarah, Yesh levarim, Ma'ina levarim. Tifshlei mihad bein l'Rabbanan in l'Kiva dein levarim. Says the Gemara, Kirabba Masni Ubayla Liba to Rabbi Akiva. He holds like Rabba, and he has according to Rabbi Akiva. However, he's masking that according to Rabbi Lazar, then it's true both Rabbi Akiva and the Rabbanan would say that Avodah Zarah does not apply to the Varim. Stop over here and we'll ask Vaiter and Rabba Emirta Hashem.